There would not be joy without sorrow, and so too goes the circus. Death is a consequence of life, mostly not for the Fae, but here, in the hollowed halls of Luna Park, death has befallen a member of the court. By what consequence, by whose hand, remains to be seen, but an unlikely band has gathered here in this moment to possibly find out. Or maybe die themselves. We'll find out.
Huh?
Fun.
Here at the circus, they face threats, they face fear, but with a jaunt in their step and a song in their heart, our heroes can face everything. Welcome again to the Fairegrounds. I am your Mistress of Ceremonies, Linnie Schell, and I'll briefly introduce our players. Rowan, why don't you go?
I am Rowan, playing Anya McArdle.
I am Ash, playing but you can just call it SCREECH.
Never get used to that.
It's great.
I'm Jasmin, I'm playing Nadagrove.
I'm Shenuque. I'm playing Ajith, she, they.
Last we left our heroes, a member of your court had died due to mysterious iron-induced poisoning, of course deadly to the Fae, although not to our visiting dignitaries. As they've investigated, you entered the Hall of Records, a cavernous orchard, a grove of trees, holding in their leaves all of the records of Luna Park, both administrative and also familial. Speaking of familial, you find your brother lying dead, unconscious, mortally wounded, unknown, at the base of a tree, having gashed open a grievous mark against the tree, which has caused it to fall ill, the same black poison dripping from its bark, from that slash, and its leaves beginning to fall, the records ripe for their time, browning as the leaves descend onto the ground.
I run to Skip and try to check, without touching the iron on him, try to check for vitals, try to check to see if he's okay, literally shake him, like, Skip, wake up.
Skip is alive but unconscious. It seems like it's not that he's less wounded or that he has less of this substance on him. It's more that he's just a much more powerful Fae. So it's taking longer to eat through him. Fred's up behind you saying, we can't let him die.
No, we can't. Is it killing him? Is that he's unconscious and it's killing him?
It's the same thing that they got Connor.
Is the doctor still here?
He's within shouting distance. You probably could get a servant to summon him.
Yeah, I'll summon the doctor. Well, I guess my question is, did it seem like the freezing of Connor was helping?
Yeah, it was helping. It just was obviously not helping enough, and she was dying very rapidly. 'Cause she was like a very small, relatively less powerful member of the court.
Question. I don't know if there's a way to do this magically. I don't know if it would be within my power to do this magically. Because I would be like the sort of source of this freezing, I think I would die slower.
Oh.
Can I draw this out of him into myself?
Okay. Sure. Of course,
try?
anything is possible.
Great.
Yeah, tell me how you do it.
I will put my hands on his chest over the top of the liquid iron and try to literally start drawing it out of his body.
Okay.
I love my baby brother.
What do you think about rolling for it?
Probably draw them out, right?
Oh, yeah. Ooh. Absolutely.
That's a 3. A 4.
This poison runs deep. You put your hand trying to draw it out, and instead you manage to draw some of it out, but not all. So your hand also starts smoking. It is a relatively shallow wound, but your brother's has been unchanged. You may have slowed the poison briefly. You have not fixed it.
Great. I will put my hand in my pocket.
Always see if...
And deal with the consequences of that later.
Okay, since the demons are in the business of torturing but not killing,
Yeah.
would you say that because of that, my trappings and that, like, I know how to torture and kill people or torture people but not kill them.
Mm-hmm.
It also involves me. I know how to take poison out of people to not kill them.
Ooh.
To like keep them right there.
Yeah,
Right
like
them on the
edging
preci-
death,
like
basically.
edging death. But I know
kind of
they're
have
not
to know
gonna
how to
die.
keep someone alive if
Yeah.
you want to keep them almost dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think with your own invulnerability to it as well, it might enable you to kind of reach farther than Anya could. Yeah, tell me what you're thinking.
I'm thinking like with this is a fae.
Also, remember, puns are allowed. The more puns you make, the more successful your actions may be.
Okay,
The
interesting.
more puns I make, the more successful I will be.
This is not prescriptive.
Okay.
This
okay,
is just above the table. They're delightful and also very fey, and
Yeah.
can allow you to move beyond what might be possible.
Oh, I have an idea then. I've been told that you're supposed to strike while the iron is hot, and I'm gonna hit him. And see if I can't, like, shunt some of it off.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah. I think. Yeah.
I have that, too.
Yeah.
If I'm gonna cut him quick, with it being, like, maybe, perhaps it's, like, it shocks him in some way and it shunts out, or like, I don't know if there's a way to get it off of, like, a majority of the clothing, like, some way of helping at all.
Absolutely.
Isn't he like in like a pool of it?
Yeah,
Right now, maybe-
it's more like when he slashed this tree, the like the sap which has been infected kind of sprayed him
Gotcha.
and then got on him and everyone else.
And the sap is like this oily substance.
Yeah, exactly. So it's less that like he fell in a pool of it, more he inadvertently has sprayed himself with this toxin. It seems like.
And I think, yeah, I'm going to pull Anya off of Skip and say, don't be sappy, as I try and draw out the...
Absolutely. Give me a roll, and then with your...
Wow.
Are you hitting Skip to strike while the iron is hot, or are you hitting Ajith?
I'm hitting Skip.
Okay, great. Yeah, both give me a roll then.
Are you trying to take it out of Skip or out of me?
I don't know if we saw
I don't-
that.
Skip,
I
please.
skip, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I don't
think I
please skip.
noticed that.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone saw it. Fred didn't.
Great.
I got a 10. That's 11.
Ooh, nice.
I got a 12.
Hell
Jeez,
yeah.
you just, your magic can actually affect this stuff. Like, it's not toxic poison to you. It's just sort of unpleasant.
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys are magical, powerful fae. Like, with the fact that he's, like, actually not that close to death, like, if you just remove the poison, he will live. With Connor, right, Connor was already pretty destroyed. Removing the poison would not have actually saved them, more than likely. So for Skip, yeah, you sort of draw the poison out, and then you slap it away, and it goes flying to hiss against the stones a good distance away from the rest of the party.
Cool.
And just so you know, because it's not the most elegant attack that I have,
Yeah.
the cutting someone quick it's still like I've wounded and dismayed him, but we've done that for the cause of getting this stuff off of him. So he's not happy. And he's also just going to have to be... I'm going to make him do it in silence without melodrama or display if he wakes up.
And
Yeah.
like, the way I pulled the poison, I was like, I put my hand in his mouth and just like draw it out of it.
Hell yeah!
It looks disgusting.
Gross! Okay, yeah, you literally...
And then
Yeah,
you slap the rest. Yeah.
it's sort of just... You get it out of there. Oh, gross. Delightful. Yeah, so Skip kind of shudders, takes a breath, and then with your cutting to the quick, falls unconscious again. Kind of looks like he has also retreated into winter, but more more hibernation, just trying to conserve energy.
While this is happening, I think that SCREECH has sort of stayed back away from the evil liquid iron, and they are taking a look at this tree to try to see why exactly this one specifically was targeted. Like, maybe is there a sickness? Like, maybe like I'm trying to like sniff the wind to see like what the fuck could have like spurned this. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And if I have to, I'll like go to the other side that didn't have the gash on it, like climb up the tree to get like a closer look.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's...
That's a 2 + 1, 3.
Oh no.
So I'm like, well, it's a tree.
Fred has got Skip kind of cradled in his hands at this point. He's like, what? Also, Anya, what is that?
I am not entirely sure, but it seems to like us.
Is it? It's in the... Do we want it not in the tree?
I think it can do what it wants.
I want to go in the tree.
It wants to go in the tree.
I want to go in the tree.
See? I told you.
Do it. Do it, Screech.
Oh,
I'll just crawl up like the
sort of like
backside of it.
looking at the unconscious brother in his hand and the tree oozing oil and says, oh, okay.
Can we...
It's still oozing?
Oh yeah, so it is, it's been grievously wounded. Like the tree is dying because of this slash.
And Screech is in this tree.
Screech has climbed into this
Be
tree.
careful.
I
Screech, be
couldn't
careful.
see anything from like getting like the full view, so I'm thinking like maybe if I get closer. Mm-hmm. But I am actively staying away from the side that has the slash on it. I went to the other side and climbed up.
Careful,
Says,
Screech.
sometimes you bring home the most interesting things.
Thank you, darling. Skip, still unconscious?
He's out.
Yeah, and just kind of like...
Sorry.
With one hand still very much like wrapped,
Yeah.
I think, at this point. Anya just reaches out and puts a hand on Skip's cheek. Mm-hmm. Thank you both very much. I believe you and I can call it even for the other iron incident earlier.
My lady.
Can I stab the tree too?
Yeah.
I'll make sure people are not nearby. I'm not gonna like slash necessarily. I just want to see if it opens like a spigot, like a maple tree.
Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like this is the sap of this tree.
Okay, and it's the same black.
You guys look at the leaves of this tree, and these
They're
have
monthly
writing
invoices.
It's like monthly numbers of money. Would I know what this is?
Yeah, so this, you would know especially that this is the tree that's sort of recording income for the park. So it's not that you're particularly concerned with mortal coin, but there is some practicalities of running the parts of the park that exist in the mortal realm. Especially with the way that you've set this park up, it is very bound to humans who come in it. And so it does function on, like, if you need more money. And more in the sense that money is power, so it's not, like, exactly the finance of it. It's just that the more money you have, the more people come to your park. So it's not how much they're paying, it's how much power and energy they bring.
Huh.
More people, more money. So it's kind of a proxy.
Do the leaves like start at a certain date? I'm looking for anything significant in the details of this.
Yes, you can investigate the leaves, or I
Yeah.
can just tell you if you want to give me a roll.
Whatever works.
Well,
yeah.
one of these leaves has like a lot of them are like 90,000, but then September is only like 20,000.
This
Well,
is
let's-
you know what I mean?
1909.
Yeah, let's
That was
let's
1909?
actually put them in order, but everyone be careful not to touch.
1908.
And while y'all are doing that, Screech is up to see if there's any like
11,
leaves that are still
11. There's a lot
attached
of 11.
that
Yeah.
have like
1911.
pertinent information on them, or anything else. Like maybe there's like a weird
1911.
bug or something.
1911, a hot
August.
year.
Those are all 11s.
These are all 11s.
These are all 11s, yeah.
Okay.
January.
Well, let's
August,
go. Let's do
September.
this way, and then we'll go this way on the 11s. So we have 9. The rest of these. Is there any 10s?
Nope.
All right. Then we've got January 1911, 95. February.
I don't see February. This is a March.
Okay, March. Good. March is 91, so that's a loss.
May.
Is there anyone who
Oh,
works
May
in
is
this
a
space?
big ol'
Yeah,
increase.
Yeah, if you look around, you definitely could find some.
July.
You could find some people who were like tending to it. In theory, like there should be.
Somebody around August is
although-
31.
Oh, and
You're not sure because of the party if everyone was like
21,
off
so it looks
or
like it-
had
It's
had
peaked
some
and
time
it is
off.
now going down.
Or just like, I guess maybe even if Anya knows
we
this
can roll
space.
for this as well. This was just flavor. If
Yeah.
you guys
I
want
love
to.
this.
Puzzle.
If Anya's familiar with this space, that would work as well.
what are you asking for?
I would love to like try to draw someone out to explain or just like verify whether or not this is typical of the trees here.
To have this stuff in them?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what?
Yeah, so I mean, Anya, you would know that like this is what these are supposed to look like. Like this is just the Hall of Records.
Yeah.
Like you just record numbers, and you have a particular tree that records some numbers or information or family trees, that sort of thing. it's not very efficient, but you sort of have infinite forest.
Yeah.
So for vibes, this is how you guys have chosen to do it. You wouldn't expect there necessarily to be a bunch of people in this space at this time because you've all gone to the party. It's kind of late at night.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. You do also have your birds around if you want to draw out and see if either they have something to say or like anyone around.
Oh, yeah. Just to see, like, it seemed, from my perspective, it seems odd that your trees would have this in them. And so I'm trying to, like, figure out that. So, like, the birds or anybody who's nearby, possibly.
When you say in this, do you mean the corruption or the
Corruption
numbers?
would be in the
yes,
tree.
Yeah.
That seems odd to me,
Like
especially
that
if
would
it's
be
coming out.
the sap of the tree.
Yeah.
Would I know if that's normal?
That is very abnormal. That is
great.
super weird.
Okay.
That's wow. Yeah,
That's not supposed
no
to be.
idea how that got there.
Does this tree look different than the other ones? Like, is it visibly sick because, like, the leaves are, like, dying and falling, but, like, I'm talking more like the trunk. Like, is there some sort of, like,
It's
discoloration?
it's really hard to tell when a tree is sick up until when it gets really sick because it's such a massive thing. So you can have an infection going on inside of a tree for a very long time without any exterior signs of it. But you can give me a roll for that if you want to see.
What would that roll be, do you think?
I think sniff the wind just to see sort of
Travel
what's
more.
going
I
on.
got a 10.
You got a 10. Okay, great.
I also
Nice.
got a 10 for Sniff the Wind now.
Okay. So you're wanting to see specifically just if anyone around has more thoughts on the poison, what's happening.
Yeah, why is it in the tree specifically? Or if the birds know if they've seen anything with this weird ichor.
Hell yeah. And then
A 10 on Sniff the Wind.
sniff the wind. Yeah. So you take a look at these trees. Doesn't either of you two want to? No. Cool. I think you guys are also still kind of occupied with the skip.
Yeah, I
conversation
think
and
we're
that.
having a little moment of
moment of-
reconciliation.
We're
Yeah.
friends.
Yeah, so you draw someone out, and then a bird flits over, and actually I think this is probably like a bird that is native to here that has made friends with your birds.
Oh, I love
like a little forest wren sort of flits over and kind of chirps on your shoulder. And I don't think anyone else would understand this, but sort of says to you, "Hello, I heard you were very friendly. Are you friendly? You look very friendly. You have feathers like me because you're very friendly and feathery. Birds of a feather.
Fly together.
Yeah. Hi.
Hi. I will be very friendly to you. I mostly don't like humans or fairies that are terrible to the earth.
Oh, what about humans that drop breadcrumbs? I like breadcrumbs, and breadcrumbs are good, so I think those humans are good because breadcrumbs are good, and they drop breadcrumbs, so they must be good.
If
But
you
the other
insist.
humans, oh, okay.
No, yeah. They
Since
can.
the other humans, the ones that kick me, those are also bad, and they don't drop breadcrumbs. Except sometimes they do, but it's by accident. So can you do something good if it's by accident? Does that make you a good person if you do accidental good?
Sometimes.
Okay.
We can get rid of them, though, the ones that kick you.
But sometimes they drop breadcrumbs. So then I just don't get kicked.
Okay. I would say, if you change your mind, let me know.
Okay.
But I want to know, have you seen anything? Why is this coming out of the trees? That doesn't seem right.
No, it seems very bad. I don't know what's happening. The trees were always fine. And then one day, by which I mean not one day, but today, kind of days are all the same because it's breadcrumbs, and then the sun rises, and then you go to sleep, and then it's
And then
breadcrumbs.
that's a new day.
Yeah, same day, all the same day. Good
Oh,
day,
okay.
breadcrumb day.
Yep.
So, sorry, today,
Today it came out.
I woke up
of
and I
the
had
trees.
great breadcrumbs.
Yay.
There was like some celebration happening, and
There is.
they were kind of mad, so they were testing some cakes, and then they threw out the cakes. And then someone was yelling at someone, and they were like, "You got to make a different cake."
Yes.
because you
have
threw out the
had
first
too much
cake.
sugar today.
And then there was lots of cake, which is better than breadcrumbs. I realize.
It is. You should drink water.
So today, I had the cake, and then I came here because I thought maybe more breadcrumbs because. The cake was a lot of cake, and I felt kind of heavy, and I was like, having more breadcrumbs will
Yeah.
help. And then, so I did that, and I got here, and I was just floating around in the forest like I do, and there weren't any breadcrumbs. But then,
crumbs.
Do you know Skip?
Yes, we've just met.
Yeah, he's not moving anymore.
We-
When they don't move, they don't give you breadcrumbs.
They
so
are
I
usually
kinda
going
don't pay
to
attention.
die, and then they can never give you breadcrumbs again. We stopped that from happening.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well, thank you so much for your extensive help.
Oh,
and your
okay.
comprehensive knowledge of breadcrumbs.
Okay. Oh, okay. I can go now.
Yeah,
do
no,
you,
it's
do you have
okay.
any breadcrumbs?
And I do. Yeah.
Yeah,
He falls on it. It's like, okay, you're not gonna start attacking the forest like Skip was, right? Though.
Do you know why he attacked the forest?
No, I don't know. I
Does
don't
he
know.
normally do that?
No, he normally doesn't do anything.
Huh. That sounds right.
I mean, he's been kind of sick. I thought he was lying
he's
down
sick.
and not giving breadcrumbs, but he was sort of just lying down and being given breadcrumbs. I don't think that's kind of fair.
Someone was
'cause
giving
if I
him
lie down and
breadcrumbs?
look sick, people are just like weirded out and leave, and they don't give me breadcrumbs. So I have to like perform for breadcrumbs. But he just lies there and he gets breadcrumbs. Although I don't think it was breadcrumbs. It was like
put more
something else.
So, by the way, did anyone mess with him today? Did you see anything?
No, he just came in but he was like going for that specific tree. Like he was looking around and he was looking at a couple of the other trees that were like that tree but nearby but not that tree.
Okay.
And so then when he found that tree, he got really angry and he started looking at the leaves and then he started attacking the tree and then the tree
Attacked back.
the tree attacked back. I didn't know they could do that.
They don't normally. This tree seems to be sick.
Oh,
Please tell your friends to stay away from this tree for now. I don't want anything to happen to you.
okay, I can do that. We will come
Okay.
back tomorrow, which is also today, for the breadcrumbs, but not today.
Not today, and maybe not here. Look for breadcrumbs and other places for a little bit.
Okay.
Just for your safety. If you want to come here, you can. Live your life.
Yeah, this bird is really struggling with the concept of like place and
okay.
object of permanence.
I'm just gonna give it a little
It's
tap.
doing its darndest.
I want to also just walk over to the next nearest tree and stab. Oh, I'm gonna clean off the blade, on my clothing and just stab the next nearest tree.
Yeah, so you stab the next nearest tree, the one that is close. Do you stab the one that is more into the grove or closer to the entrance?
More into the grove,
More into the grove. It doesn't come up with corruption.
and then the one closer to the entrance.
It does, yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'm going to go and systematically just figure out where the line ends, and as they do some stuff.
Okay. Excellent.
I was in the
Yeah.
tree,
Yeah.
and I got the 10 for the sniff the wind.
Oh, right.
In the
Thank you for
tree, trying to
reminding
see
me.
if I can like clock them.
Clock them, yes. So I think you're kind of doing the same investigation
Yeah.
that Nada is, but from the top. And I will say, once you get up into the leaves, it's not immediately obvious, but the one you're in is. I mean, I think Screech has climbed a lot of trees.
Oh yeah,
Feels
yeah.
right.
They got
right?
long fingers.
That's upsetting.
Horrible.
Great. Have an
Terrible.
extra like bend in their finger.
Like an
extra-
eye kind of?
Yeah, like an eye, like little extra digits. It's great.
So you're up there. So you've climbed a lot of trees. I think you can tell that the branches up here are more brittle, fragile. Kind of like when you're really sick, your hair can start to get
Yeah.
fragile before it starts to fall out.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're seeing here. And once you get up to the crown of the trees, I think you see the same thing of the trees farther back are fine, but the ones more toward the front. And you realize that this is arrayed chronologically. So this would be records, basically the records that are closer to today have been tampered with.
Okay.
Something has been wrong with them. Some of the corruption is more toward today and not for the records of the past.
Okay. I think I'm going to sort of do like what you're doing, like clocking which trees have the corruption in them, but going from like the opposite side, so we sort of like meet in the middle. And could we also try to figure out if maybe it's just like starting from this point and then going further into the future, or if it's maybe spreading into the past trees as well? Does that make
Excellent.
sense?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. Were you doing something as well?
I was just gonna ask Anya something.
If you're gonna, you see her walking and you see kind of Screech doing a weird hop, skip,
Yeah.
jump, fly.
Like you know how like
over
little
things?
lemurs are just like go from like treetop to treetop, just kind of like.
And I think Anya's watching this and maybe having a thought of where in time would this have begun? Like, what would a catalyst event for this have been?
Great. And are you're also checking the trees and the leaves?
No, I
over-
think I'm still with. I think I'm watching them check the trees. I'll wait for them to report back on like a date.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, what in the history of this park and of what we've done and other people have done would have catalyzed this? Yeah. So I'm just kind of internally racking my brain for like a potential catalyst.
I think Ajith like kind of stands next to you and like is also watching them and like makes sure we're like a little bit of a distance away from everyone else, and says, "My lady, it seems things here are unraveling quite fast."
It does, I'm afraid. I don't know what might have caused this.
And I mean no offense to you, but it also seems your child has his own desires.
Anya usually keeps this pretty contained, whether she's in summer or winter, but there is, at any given time, a very intense temperature radiating off of her. And in summer, it's very hot, and in winter, it's very cold.
Incredible.
And I think that you feel the temperature around you drop about 20 degrees. And you see your breath as you speak those last words.
And it does not evade me that you have asked me to bring the skin of the one your child loves. Now, I'm happy to keep our deal, but I'm afraid if I do that, it will further harm your relationship with your child. Might I suggest that you can both have your child and have the outcome you want if we adjust the deal?
What are you suggesting?
Ask me to ensure your child's wedding happens. And I think
Happens.
if that is your plan, I can help you because of other deals that may be in the works.
Interesting. So you want me to ask you to make the wedding come to fruition?
Yes, as someone has asked me to make sure your intentions do not get completed. So if your intentions are for me to ensure this wedding occurs.
How very, very interesting. I like the way you think.
I am a demon.
A very good one. I reach out to go shake your hand, and then I'm like, you have yourself a deal.
My lady, at your service.
Anya will do.
Anya. And then I go over and I like walk away.
Oh, it's so good. Uno reverse.
I love that.
This is great.
Oh, yes, that's the tricksy fuckery we love. Yes.
I think Anya just materializes this glass of wine again. Just like,
Lord.
I like her.
That's so fucking good. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah. I think I go to Nara and I'm like, I'm gonna go find the the Luna boys.
Okay.
Let me know if you need anything.
These trees might need to go.
Okay. Do you want Susan to help?
Ugh. Yeah, she's good with fire.
Okay. I'll go get Susan.
Fantastic. So you guys have been in. So you're just gonna head off and
Yeah, I'm gonna get the
grab Susan.
get the Luna boys.
I will say the doctor probably arrives at some point around
Yes. Okay.
What sort of affliction was Trip suffering from before this?
Skip. I don't know.
Skip, not Trip, Skip.
Do we know?
here. Not specifically.
I think it's been a bit mysterious.
Yeah, just like a kind of a wasting disease.
Yeah,
sort
which
of.
is not normal for us.
No,
right? Yeah.
no, it's very it's abnormal. I think he's like also sort of been stuck in permanent winter.
Yeah.
And he's been unable to sort of change out of that.
Similar to my father?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's news.
Has my dad shown any signs of a withering disease?
No,
as well? Okay,
no, he's just been
stuck
sort
in
of
winter.
stuck in permanent winter.
Okay.
Which
okay.
like
Sometimes happens.
yeah, like it's not unheard of for a fae to not move between one and instead to choose one aspect.
Okay.
I will say, with that new deal, I think Anya moves a couple steps into summer.
Great. So you guys you're examining the grove, and then Has anyone actually taken a look at the leaves more specifically that are falling from the tree that has been sliced?
Oh yeah, I mean I will after this conversation. I want to start going to look for a date, and I'm also thinking about Skip's condition and when that started, and seeing if these dates align in some way.
Yes, so you're looking at the dates. Anya, what you notice when you're actually looking at the physical leaves is that there's a difference between the leaves that have fallen from this injured tree, this damaged tree, and the ones that are actually on the ground.
Yeah.
So you see a couple of earlier leaves, and you notice that it seems like some of these later leaves, some of the numbers are not that same silver that should be grown, but look,
I saw that.
instead as they have fallen, that same corruption has sort of been revealed as these leaves have died.
Oh, is it just the most recent ones?
Oh.
Yeah, starting from June.
June, July, August, September. Okay, summer of 1911. What's happening in summer of 1911?
The
The dreamland burning down?
burns.
Of course. Does that align with the timeline of Skip's condition?
The records, the corrupted records, that all happens after the dreamland. And then you guys are starting to notice this as well in terms of like the years that are affected. So you see the same pattern on the trees themselves. So the years that are affected, the records that are corrupted are all from after the dreamland burned. But you do see that the steady decrease in fortune from the Luna happened around the onset of Skip's illness. So like 1907-ish.
Interesting.
And then let me...
Okay. And that aligns with the corruption of trees, sort of? Or the corruption is all 1911 post-Dreamland?
Corruption starts post-Dreamland. Loss of funds starts with Skip's descent
Okay.
into unhealthy shit. And I would be giving this context, like, everything that SCREECH would know about, like, this is when Luna Park burned down. I don't really know about Skip, to Nadagrove when, like, we meet up down. I, like, scramble back down. Like, we're
I feel like
comparing
you
notes.
guys, like, hit each other in the middle of this investigation.
You're-
And then, Anya, you're, like, holding leaves, and you go over.
You're sort of, like poking one tree, and my head just, like, sort of, like,
Pops out
around.
from underneath. I'm just like, hey.
Hi.
I think it started in 1911.
Yes.
Sort of after Dreamland burned down.
That's kind of the conclusion I'm coming to as well. I'd like to, like, suggest to Anya, you may want to gather as many records as possible. I think it may be a good idea to remove the trees closest to the entrance.
That is a very good idea. Thank you very much. And I'll summon some people to start cordoning off, like, okay, like, we're going to quarantine these trees. We're going to collect and then copy the records that are there so that we don't lose anything. Make sure that these records are all preserved, make sure that everything we can is quarantined, make sure not to touch any of the trees, they are very dangerous, and make sure that we have duplicates of everything just in case.
Yeah, Dr. Lancet has come up at this point, and the invisible tree servants who sort of tend the place sort of whirl into almost a tornado effect. Like when you see like a tornado happening, but you only can tell because it's the leaves. Yeah, the couple of them are just whirling around, being very careful not to touch any of the black ichor that's still around.
Do I notice her hands? Are you hiding them?
Yes, I'm hiding them. But, I mean, you could roll to see if you notice that I'm hiding them.
If I can figure it out.
I think it's
Si-
just
you
the
can
right.
size
I
them
think
up,
it's
maybe?
it's just the right hand, I think.
It's just the right hand?
Yeah. Because then I think she's mostly just using her left.
Okay. I'm gonna be a bit of a bitch about it. I'm gonna confront you.
Oh!
I want to be more aggressive about it. 5, 6, and 7. Yes. Okay, cool. Interrupt them, and you can't proceed without dealing with me.
Okay.
And then, if you don't want to back down or force your hand, you can try to prevaricate, mollify me, explain, bargain, justify. So I'm going to pull your hand from your pocket, and because I had seen you go to your brother before, and I'm going to look you in the eye. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to look you in the eye and make it very clear that, like, you know I know. What's the plan?
I don't know. I needed to do what I could for Skip. I don't know what to do about this.
I'm gonna try to like taking more of the cloth off the bottom of my own outfit, try to scrape as much as possible, and maybe even take out my small knife and try to literally scrape as much as possible off of you.
That's very kind.
Yeah, I think if you're trying to literally like scrape or cut it off of her, assuming you don't have an iron knife.
No, I think it's just like
Got like bone or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so,
I think as you're doing that, genuinely, she's just like, well, I think I sort of figured that worst case scenario, I don't need a right arm.
Well, if this doesn't work, I'll do that next.
Okay. Yeah, do away with it if you must.
you probably could just regrow it. Maybe? No. I don't know.
Probably, maybe, I don't know, maybe not, I don't care.
See how you feel, I suppose.
Yeah.
Use Susan's arm.
Only in summer, though, not in winter.
Could use Susan's arm, that's true.
Horrifying.
Yeah, these things happen. I can cut it off if I need
give
to.
me like a roll to draw it out, perhaps?
Sure. 7, 8, 9. Yes. Okay.
Okay, yeah. I think it's rough going, but definitely you managed to scrape it out. I think, though, you, in the same way that, like, a favor being bestowed will leave a mark, like, I think it definitely does still, like, scar in some way.
Yeah.
That sort of leaves an impression of not just the damage done, but that, like, the act of kindness that removed it.
I think I would be willing to say that Anya would be beholden to you for this. This is definitely like you saving her life. Yeah. So yeah, I think Anya would be beholden to you. And yeah, she looks at you and says, "Thank you. What a stroke of luck it is that the two of you are here. I cannot express my gratitude at the both of you. Working with us, Luna Park and my resources are at least once at your service."
Thank you. I hope that we can move forward with a better relationship now.
As do I.
Please tell everyone, it seems that expediency is the most important thing. No more hiding any interactions with this material.
Of course. Doctor, let's make sure that no one with contact with whatever this is goes outside of quarantine. We will make sure that everyone stays very locked in. And if anyone has contact with any of this, you are to report it.
Right. No hiding and being ashamed to admit that you need help. Got it.
That felt pointed, Doctor.
I would never.
Of course.
I observe strict medical confidentiality, so if it is related to any patient I may or may not have seen at any point in the past, present, or future, I could not comment.
A blast of snow hits on your face.
Did the doctor write that all?
Said that out loud as they were writing it.
Yeah. I know. I think
Everybody-
I think he dictates as he writes.
Everybody heard.
They had truly like a blizzard just in his face.
Just said that like he's kind of an icicle and sort of then shakes it off.
Thank you, Doctor.
Anytime. Fantastic. What is Ajith up to?
Ajith has gathered the Luna boys and says, "All right, boys, so we have to stop this wedding again. So here's the plan. I think, can you three find a way for us to get into Edward's chambers, house?
Palace?
Palace?
Something? Yeah.
Actually, maybe go to Screech and see if Screech can help you do this.
Okay, so just ask her to help us break into the palace.
Yeah.
Okay. We can do that. We can do
And
that.
Screech might need some help to get home, so.
Oh, so like an escort thing. We'll just
Yeah.
we'll offer out
And
of
make
the
sure Screech
goodness
is
of
also,
our hearts.
Yeah.
To
And
walk
be cool with
Screech.
Screech. We're going to take Screech back home.
Right, we want Screech.
We want Screech.
Susan says, yeah, Screech is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Should I also help? Is this me too?
Susan,
Susan's
you're
like
part of the team.
Susan's like calling down to you from a very high point.
Susan, do you think you'll help or hurt this by joining in?
Well, sort of sometimes people say it can never hurt, but I don't think they've ever once said that about me.
You know what, Susan? I think Nara
But-
asked you to go burn some trees.
Okay, I can do that.
Maybe let Yuck Yuck and Tuk Tuk do this part.
Great. Can you help me down?
Oh, buddy.
Yeah, I'm coming to get you. And I'll climb up to where Susan is and
They tried to drown me again 3 times.
Tuck and Yuck Yuck or the nymphs?
Well, together.
Yes.
Oh, they were helping the nymphs?
Well, they just kept leaving out buckets of water
That's pretty funny.
and then just tripping me, and then one of the nymphs would just sort of accidentally land on me, so then my head was in the bucket. Because I got wise, I stopped going around the pools after the second time.
Oh, okay. So there was there was a second time. Anyway, Susan, yeah, come on. I'll just don't. Maybe just don't spend time around Yuck and Tuck Tuck for a little bit. Go find Nara.
Feels like I just wasn't like I don't know, sort of just even in naming convention, I wasn't quite meant to be the 3rd member of this group. Like there was maybe a 4th member.
Susan,
that was
you were part of the
for
group.
Some reason.
No.
And it was sort of like 3
Susan,
people and then me.
Don't say that. You were there when we made the group, and we didn't say, "Oh shit, you're here." Yeah, totally, you're part of us. You're part of us.
Susan like hops their like wet feet, just like kind of up your arm, just sits on your shoulder.
Don't be sad. I said you're part of the group.
I just don't feel like you meant it.
I did.
Can you try saying it with more of your full chest?
Susan, you're part of the group.
But okay. But can you say like you want like? Am I part of the group and you want me there, or it's been too late to kick me out, right?
So
Sort of like you got a drummer and you're like, you should get a better drummer, but now my face is on all the posters.
Susan, I want you to be part of the group. You're a contributing member. I am proud of how you try to grow, and I appreciate that you try. And that's all I can ask.
Well, that's all I can do, so...
So maybe don't help out too much.
Oh, I'm gonna meditate on the nature of that contradictory advice.
She and Nara really seem to have everything together, but now I'm starting to see things unraveling, and it seems like they might just be as toxic as we are.
Wait, we're toxic? What?
Yes, of course, darling.
So yeah, Susan, like, splish splashes off to the Gerber Records to go help Nada, and Yuck Yuck and Tuck Tuck, I think, follow Susan to go find SCREECH.
Yeah.
Are you gonna go back with them, or are you gonna go?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm contemplating. I'm just letting things play out and see where I need to be.
observing.
I think SCREECH would turn to Anya once, like, the metaphorical fire has, like, there's no longer, like, panic happening.
So it seems like everything here is no longer in, like, crisis mode.
I believe that's correct.
May I have your leave to skedaddle?
Would you like to go home?
Yes, I am quite worried about if there's maybe groceries in our records room or something.
SCREECH, you know that you're not beholden to me in any way. You know that I have no say over where you end up, right?
Wait, really?
Yes.
This is the
You're
first
not-
time this has ever happened to me.
Right, no, you're not in my court. You belong in Steeplechase, right? So, do you see there's 2 sort of separate... There were 3, but now there's 2 kind of separate entities happening, and I'm over here, and you're sort of over here.
I just thought that people who were, like, in charge are just in charge.
No, well, that's the thing, isn't it? That's what you have to start working on. Listen, this is what we have to start working with you, right? You have to know who's in charge of who. It's not just about who seems to be in power. It's about the hierarchy of the thing, and it's about the spreading out of power.
So there's a hierarchy, and I'm in the lowerarchy?
You're in the lowerarchy, but only,
Okay.
but listen, only over here. Over here, you are unmoored from the fabric of this hierarchy here.
It's a fabric piece.
In a sense, yes.
Okay.
Yes. And you...
Is it like your fancy dress? Is that what it is?
Sure, let's
Okay,
call it
okay,
that.
okay.
And let's say that
I
you...
got it.
Over here, you can sort of travel wherever you like.
Yeah.
Right? Over here, you're sort of beholden to the structure of your family.
So at Steeplechase,
Right.
I have to do what they say.
Correct.
But when I'm over here, I can do whatever I want.
Well, I may kill you if
Oh.
you step out of line, but theoretically, yes. I wouldn't kill you permanently, I just have you drowned.
Oh, that's fine. I've been
Yeah,
drowned many
no.
times. My sister is a mermaid.
That's
Yeah,
that's one of those things. No. So I would have you drowned if you stepped out of line here, but nothing too serious. No, you can do what you like here. Did I hear anyway, of course, you can skedaddle.
So you definitely could have heard that if you wanted to.
Great.
I think Screech just goes, I can do anything? Oh, this is amazing. But no, I need to get home. All right, thank you for letting me know that I don't have to listen to you.
And then they just run off.
Great.
You see Tuk Tuk and Yuck Yuck just like paddling after you, being like, wait, we said we would help you. Hi, we no one should travel alone in these dangerous times.
Oh, you need help? It's okay, little guys. I got you. Let's go.
Screech. I hold up the favor that you've given me. Check in on my son.
That was already the plan.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to sort of like, I have these big kangaroo legs and these long arms. And so the way that Screech runs, good luck Yuck Yuck and Tuk Tuk with keeping up, is they sort of like, their back legs push them forward and then they grab the ground and then launch forward and their back legs hit again and then push them forward. And then on the next launch, their fingers grab the ground and launch them forward. So it's like a weird like
a two-legged frog?
Yeah, like leaping forward in the most unsettling fucking way you can imagine. Their limbs are too long. Their eyes are just sort of like glowing. They're like, you know what I mean?
There's also never not forward motion happening.
Yeah.
Because if your legs aren't pushing you, your arms are pulling you.
Exactly.
So there's sort of like a consistent motion forward, like a hover.
It's like if an almost human creature was standing and then got on all fours and then just booked it towards you. Then that's what your son sees coming up behind him as I go to check on him.
Can Yuck Yuck and Tuk Tuk try to pass themselves off as incognito to like copy the form that?
Oh, yeah, roll me
nice.
for it. Absolutely. They have whatever you have for this.
That's a 9.
Do you want to tell me how it goes? Do you have an idea of how this goes?
They see you do this and they're like, that seems sick. And like their bodies just kind of full, like out of like they have like little cloaks on.
Yeah.
And then like smoke billows as they like grow the limbs that Screech has to copy exactly. They look like, I guess, like a pack of whatever Screech is.
Screeches?
Yeah.
Screech Eye.
Screech Eye. Screech has a little posse of Screeches.
Scroach.
Don't like that! Don't like a scroach.
Not scroach.
I'm not a fan of scroaches.
Scrunch?
I like a scrunch.
Scrunches?
A scrunch of screeches?
A scrunch of screeches, yes, exactly.
Scrunch. Okay, the scrunch.
Scrooge was wrong.
They'll basically do what you want.
Perfect.
Nice.
But if and when I see Aster in my sights,
So
I do
Aster
call
has
out.
left for a steeplechase.
Yes, and I'm also going to steeplechase, and so I'm hoping to like catch up with.
Yeah.
and-
I mean, I would imagine it's probably been a good hour for all
Yeah.
of this to happen.
Okay.
So well enough time for him to have reached the palace.
Okay, perfect.
He's also probably has ways of getting there a bit faster.
Yeah, I'm assuming he would go to Edward, and so I think Screech's goal is to 2 birds, 1 stone, check in on Edward and Aster first, and then maybe our records room, or if there's any fires, or if there's any like thing that's happening, they'll be diverted. But that's their intention right now.
Great. So you're gonna head off to steeplechase with this fellow.
Like the boys,
Boys.
minus Susan.
Minus Susan. I think Susan comes up to you and says, "Hello, I have been informed to be unhelpful, by which I mean so I should attempt to save these trees."
No.
Oh.
We're going to chop some of them down, and then I need you to dispose of them.
Okay, I can carry things. I
Yeah.
can do that. Oh, that's...
If you want to
Okay.
carry them quite far away, and then burn them,
Oh, okay, I can burn things.
I know you're very good at fire.
Well, no one believes me, but I keep trying to not put things on fire.
I know, but sometimes it's best to play to our strengths.
So, what I'm saying is, though, if I don't try to light this on fire, inevitably, against any of my own will or volition, it will catch fire. So I'm gonna take it and think very hard about it not catching fire.
Perhaps what would happen if you want it to catch fire and you just become proficient at something?
I don't know if I have been trying and failing, or if I do not understand what proficiency looks like.
Let's find out.
Right now, with this log? On
Chop
fire?
the trees
Oh, okay.
and take them plenty far away, perhaps closer to the ocean, and try to light them there on purpose.
Okay. Intention.
Intention.
I'm gonna manifest it.
I love that for you.
Susan gets a sword and starts whacking at the tree. I think a little bit too enthusiastically, so there's definitely some splattering going around.
Careful.
Oh, is this more of the bad gunk that kills people?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why do not burn it here.
Oh, yeah, I imagine this stuff sort of in the air would be worse.
I
God.
think so.
You inhaled it.
Yes, I'd rather you take it further away.
You're really good with Susan.
I like...
Do you want Susan?
No.
I can do it. I can do it. I can
Sweet Susan.
People need a gentler hand.
can do it.
The
Gentle
other
parenting,
two
Susan.
like
Do it.
a firm hand.
I can do it. Susan, can do it.
Sometimes when the waves are too strong, the plant can't grow.
So we should drown Susan again, is what you're saying?
Drown? Sorry, did someone say drown?
No.
I'm saying the drowning might work on the other two, and Susan might need more of positive reinforcement.
I think you do wonder a little bit if it's not so much that Susan sets everything on fire, if it's the other two who wait till Susan's not looking and then set it on fire.
Oh,
Susan!
Just in this moment.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I don't know how exactly you feel about the atmosphere you have created being a demon of suffering.
toxic work environment.
Someone needs to suffer on this team. It's not going to be me.
Great. Susan starts chopping things down under the watchful auspices of Nada, being careful not to, at least as much as they can, destroy things. Yeah, so you realize that there is corruption running in your forest since the Dreamland burned to the ground. You were heading back to Steeplechase. Mm-hmm. Is there anything you're thinking right now?
I would like a word with my brother.
He's just kind of standing there. I think he's just been like, I'm going to hold on to Skip, and nothing can happen to Skip as long as I'm holding on to him.
Wonderful. Walk with me. Freddie, let's take a walk.
I'm still going to keep Skip with me.
No, of course, it's sort of a family meeting.
Oh, right. Excellent.
I think we walk out. I want to walk out to the beach
Okay.
where it's quiet
Sure.
and there's nobody around. Mm-hmm. And I think it's just it's nighttime conversation between the three of us siblings, Skip being out. Mm-hmm. But I'm just gonna look at the ocean and talk to Fred and say, "This is about Dreamland.
How so?
Did you see the leaves?"
A little bit, yes. Has someone been tampering with our records?
Well, maybe. The corruption started with the burning of Dreamland. I need you to be candid with me, Frederick. Did you burn it?
I did not. I didn't do it. I'm not gonna pretend I was upset that it burned to the ground.
Do you know anything about who might have?
I don't know anything.
Have you talked to anyone from Steeplechase?
Why are you giving me all this suspicion? I feel like
It's not suspicion, Frederick, but if someone is going to burn down Dreamland, it's going to be me, you, or Tilly.
Okay, well, at least you admit it might be you, right?
No, of course it might be me. Everybody thinks it was me.
Did you burn down the Dreamland?
Yes, Frederick, I burned down the dream. No!
He's gonna try to draw you out. Or, to size you up. That wasn't, what? Subset, it's math. A 9. She's like, did you burn it down?
Yes, I burned it down.
Was that a truth?
No, of course not.
Oh, okay. Great. So
No, I did not burn down the Dreamland.
neither of us knows what's going on. Fantastic. Our brother is almost dead. Someone is attempting to break our park apart, or our park is rotting from the inside.
You don't think Skip could have done it, do you?
I think you guys both think Skip started getting ill not
when the Dreamland was built, but a couple of years afterward. But you're not quite sure what the correlation there is. And Skip has always been, Skip kind of runs the money side of things, whereas Frederick runs the operation side of things, if that makes sense. Of Skip makes sure the magic's working and that the power is flowing, and then Frederick makes sure that the mechanics and the people are working.
Was the Dreamland going up taking money from us?
Oh yeah.
Can I roll something about that connection maybe to see if there might be some, if I would draw together some kind of connection between Skip's decline and the Dreamland's rise?
Sure.
That is, what roll would that be?
Oh,
I guess this might be, I think this is a size them up roll about
yeah,
Skip.
Skip. That makes sense.
So that is a 9.
It's a 9, yeah. You look at Skip, and this is your little brother, so it's hard to suspect your little brother of anything, or maybe it's really easy, depending on your relationship.
No, he's the baby.
But I think there were a couple of years where the Dreamland was prospering, and so was Luna Park. It seems somewhat, not that they're unrelated, but that you think that that whatever's happening with Luna Park is a problem with Luna Park, and that the connection between the burning down of the Dreamland, that's really clear. But it doesn't seem like the initial success of the Dreamland was the thing that caused Skip's decline.
I guess, in thinking about this, do I have any memory of Skip seeming to be, resentful about, I'm kind of looking for motive?
Yeah. Actually, as you're trying to probe your memory, what you're realizing is that it's not that you can't, what you're realizing is you can't remember things about the Dreamland. It's not that you can't think of a motive, it's just that you're struggling to remember, basic facts about who ran the Dreamland. And when you saw the automaton, you remembered the information about who that was came flooding back, but you're not even sure you can remember who built it.
Oh.
And you're not... what you're realizing now is you have the absence of memory about the Dreamland.
Classic.
Frederick, do you remember who built the Dreamland?
Well, yes, of course. It was...
Right.
Oh.
Yes.
What? Sister, why don't I remember anything about one of the Fae courts?
Notoriously, you do have a very good memory for all of the Fae courts, and I would ask you the same of myself.
No, you do never forget.
Never.
No, it's sort of your unending trait.
Mm-hmm.
So, just sister, do you know what I think?
What do you think?
I think that we are being fucked with.
I think we are.
I don't like it.
And do you know what we do to people who fuck with us, brother?
Tell me, sister.
We fuck them over right back.
And with that, we're going to end this episode of the Fairgrounds. Come join us for the next one. Find out what happens, what dastardly deeds are done, and what mysteries may yet to be uncovered. Thank you for joining us.
Something is making us forget the Dreamland.
I think we should maybe just free all the stuff and get out of here as soon as we can.
Hey.
Oh,
Okay.
hello.
All
Yes.
right, yeah. Here.
Oh.
This called in. So, you good?
I don't have a good way of asking this. Please forgive me. Did you eat the moon again?
This is so stressful and I'm alienating everyone.
Quick sidebar, SCREECH.
Yeah.
Would you want to make a trade for...
My child?
I'm gonna take insult to that, Mistress of Ceremonies.
You can have a beef with God. I'm not gonna stop you.
We've done this before. Something feels like the pattern of a circle.
I demand an audience with King Tilly.
How far is Dreamland from here?